All right, guys, these are the gym mistakes that you should not make. These mistakes are common mistakes that hold most of us back. So let's get started. So common pitfalls that holds back progress that we all make that we're not even aware of or we don't acknowledge. Let's go. So first, walking into the gym without a plan. Walking into the gyms without a plan is a recipe for disaster. You need to go into the gym with a structured workout and a plan of knowing what you want to do so it can be efficient and get things done. So if you go into the gym without a plan, you are wasting your time and that will lead to poor progress. Some days you can come and hang out with friends and things like that, maybe, but for the most part, you need to come with a plan to execute to get better. If you don't see progress, how are you going to continue? Ask yourself that. More often than not, people fall back from the gym is because, yeah, they don't see progress, they don't see the point, but they don't see the point of going and being there because they're spinning their wheels. Why is that? Because they're not tracking their progress or they don't see progress and then they fall off. Compared to if they saw progress, they would not fall off whatsoever. They would just keep going no matter what. They'll get that little hint of like, yes, continue, continue. And those little hints are what keeps us fighting to get to the next level. So go to the gym with a plan. Do not go without a plan. Because if not, you're just going to be wasting your time and you're not going to be satisfied with your results. Next, no rest between sets. Not resting properly reduces strength, endurance, and overall performance. Because you need to rest to be able to perform the next set better. Now, there are times where no rest between sets are valid. If you're doing a superset, you're doing a drop set, sure. By all means, it's if you have a short amount of time to get the workout done and leave, go ahead. You will get maximum muscle damage in a shorter period of time under tension, all of that good stuff. There are benefits to it. However, if you're just rushing the workout and not really getting quality reps and not getting any rest, you are setting yourself up for failure. So no rest between sets is killing your gains. So rest properly so you can have the energy to perform the next set and be able to progress. If not, you're just going to be spinning your wheels and you're not going to go anywhere. So you want to gain strength, increase endurance, and overall performance. Rest properly between your sets. Next, no hydration. Again, your body is 70+% water. So it needs water. Even slight dehydration can hurt energy, recovery, and focus during training. So your energy levels can drop, your recovery afterwards can take longer, and your focus during the workout will be, you won't be as focused because you're not hydrated enough and you're not going to feel as good. You're not going to give it 110%. You're just going to half-ass it because you're dehydrated and your body's like, nope, this ain't happening. So hydration is very important. Hydrating is fueling. Yes, I said it. You're fueling your body with what it needs to get through the workout, to get through the stress that you're putting it under. So you need to hydrate. You need to stay hydrated. If you don't stay hydrated, you're not gonna perform at your best. It's one of the main things along with training, nutrition, and resting. So you need to train, get your nutrition right, rest properly, and hydrate properly to see the best results. If you don't do all of those, you're not gonna see optimal results. So stay hydrated. One without the others isn't optimal for longevity. There you go. If you do a couple, but you don't do one of them, it's like there's always a missing piece. You need to have all the pieces together for them to fit the puzzle. And hydration is a big part of this puzzle. Next, too much focus on supplements. Yes, we all like supplements. We all love whey protein, creatine, pre-workout, me currently. However, supplements can help, but real progress comes from nutrition and consistency. Yes, you could drink all the whey protein you want, all the creatine you want, all the pre-workout you want, all the BCAA you want, fish oil, magnesium, blah, 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 blah. However, the real progress will come from you eating right, the right foods, the natural way, training consistently and hard, also being consistent at those things. So, eating the right foods consistently, training consistently, and being consistent at being consistent will give you real progress more so than a supplement. The supplement is there to supplement your training and your nutrition, not be the focal point. So, common times you see people, yeah, all right, I just worked out, I'm just gonna have my protein shake, and that's it. It's like, oh, okay, you're just gonna have a protein shake after the gym. How so? And that's it. You think that's gonna help you? That's not gonna give you any more muscle than it will anybody else. It helps. It supplements what you're supposed to do. If you're lacking in protein, it helps. It facilitates your life. However, it's not the end all be all. Because if that was the case, we all would have all the muscles on the planet. So the supplement isn't really gonna be the thing that really helps you. It gives you an edge, it gives you a boost, but it's not the focal point. It's not the main driver of your fitness journey, and it shouldn't be. Spending too much time in the gym. We're all guilty of this one. Now, if you don't have anything better to do that day, it's your day off. I understand. You wanna spend your time in the gym, be my guest. However, they go and they spend more time socializing and doing other things instead of working out. Or they think a 2 hour workout is better than a 1 hour workout. It doesn't matter how long you work out if you don't work out consistently, if you don't work out with intensity, if you don't improve, you are not going to see results. More hours in the gym does not mean better results. Being efficient and intense matter more. So efficiency and intensity matter a whole lot more. People that's there's most people that spend less time with more intense workouts get the most results. Guarantee you. Just look around. Some of the people that you see with the best results spend less time, but guess what? When they are working out, they give it their best. They give it their best. They don't spend 2, 3 hours at the gym because you don't really need to spend that much at the gym. We all love the gym, but guess what? You don't need to spend 2, 3 hours there. Unless you're like a power lifter or you're doing, sets of whatever, and you must be there for that long. The workout and it ends up being that long, fine. But for most of us, we don't need that. Get in, get a hard workout in, and leave. And recover and do all those other things. Next thing is skipping workouts. Skipping workouts, being lazy just because you don't feel like it, it kills the consistency and the momentum that you already have. So if you're in, if you're tired, no matter what the reason is, if you're supposed to go to the gym, go ahead. More often than not, you'll find, even if you don't feel like going to the gym, just stepping foot in there or stepping foot in there, seeing one of your boys, seeing one of your friends, you start chatting it up, you see everyone around you working, it'll get you in the mood to finish the workout, to get the workout done. So a lot of times, man, it just takes that little extra effort to just get in there, be in the environment, catch the vibe, and guess what? You're back in it. Another day, another W. But if you don't even get up from the couch, how are you supposed to do that? If your brain isn't stronger than your body to make your body be like, hey, let's do this, you're not gonna get very far. Because what makes this impactful is how you deal with on the lower days, on the days you don't feel like it, on the days that are not optimal, where you just go and do it anyway. That separates you from the others. Last, staying away from the basics, like the free weights. I know we all like, science-based training and we all like to be efficient. However, the basics, the free weights, they work. Compound lifts with free weights build the most strength and muscle compared to machines alone. Yeah, machines are great. All of these are tools from muscle stability, hypertrophy, all of that stuff. Use all of it if you can. Don't just use one and not the other. However, the ones that just love the machines and are scared of the free weights, you're missing out on a lot of gains. You're missing out on a lot of things you can learn about yourself, your body, everything. All because you're afraid of the free weights. They're there for. They're literally free weights. Also, yeah, you can't get away from the roots, man. They're the foundation. So don't shy away from the free weights, man. They're the ones that started it all to where people start thinking about creating machines and being efficient and all that. So use all of them to your advantage. That will diversify your workout plan and stop you from being bored going to the gym or thinking about the gym. All right, that is it, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Until next time, peace.